Hi, welcome to a CCD's brand new video, in which I'm going to explain the lore of 7 evil versions of Spider-Man in Marvel Cinematic Universe. Subscribe to my channel for more such content and comment a topic for next video. So, let's get started with the video. The Superior Spider-Man is one of Marvel Comics' most infamous alternate Spider-Man variants, originating from a body swap scheme by the villain Dr. Octopus, Otto Octavius. Facing imminent death from injuries sustained in battles against Spider-Man, Otto devised a desperate plan during the Dying Wish storyline in Amazing Spider-Man number 698-700, 2012. He forcibly transferred his mind into Peter Parker's healthier body just as Peter was about to claim victory, retaining Peter's powers, memories, and web-slinging abilities while augmenting them with his genius-level intellect, mechanical spider arms, and an army of surveillance drones. Otto adopted the red and blue Superior Spider-Man suit to prove he could outdo Peter as a hero. Using lethal force, brutal efficiency, and totalitarian tactics against criminals that horrified Peter's allies like Mary Jane Watson and the Avengers. His reign lasted through the Superior Spider-Man solo series, 2013 to 2014, where lingering fragments of Peter's consciousness fought back, ultimately forcing Otto to relinquish control during a climactic multiversal crisis, restoring Peter while leaving Otto reformed, yet haunted by his brief tenure as a superior web-slinger. Zombie Spider-Man emerges from Marvel's Marvel Zombies miniseries, Earth 2149, where a cosmic virus transforms superheroes into ravenous undead cannibals, twisting Peter Parker's heroic legacy into unrelenting horror. In Ultimate Fantastic Four, number 21-23, 2005, and the subsequent Marvel Zombies series, 2005 to 2006, Peter succumbs early after battling infected foes, his spider sense failing against the airborne plague. Driven by insatiable hunger, he devours his pregnant wife Mary Jane, ripping her from her cocooned body, then feasts on Aunt May, descending into monstrous savagery while retaining fragments of his personality and powers like enhanced strength, web shooting, and agility amid rotting flesh. Leading a zombie horde alongside undead icons like Wolverine and Hulk, he rampages across his world, eventually joining a cosmic invasion of Earth 616, where heroes like the Fantastic Four repel them. But Peter's brief interactions reveal lingering guilt, such as sparing a few innocents before hunger prevails. This variant's grotesque imagery, blending Spider-Man's agility with zombie ferocity, clinging to walls while gnawing victims, cements it as a chilling symbol of corrupted innocence. Spider-Carnage originates from Spider-Man, the animated series in the Spider Wars finale, Earth 98311, where the Carnage symbiote escapes Dormammu's dimension after abandoning Cletus Kasady and bonds with an alternate Peter Parker already spiraling into madness from clone identity crises and Aunt May's death. This fusion amplifies Spider-Man's agility, strength, and wall crawling, with Carnage's shape-shifting red tendrils, razor-sharp blades, and psychosis, turning Peter into a multiverse-threatening destroyer who manipulates villains across realities to build a bomb-laden portal device aimed at obliterating all universes in his vengeful despair. Though comics feature brief Spider-Carnage variants, like Ben Reilly's bonding during the Clone Saga's Web of Carnage, Amazing Spider-Man number 410, 1996. Purged by microwaves, the animated version endures as the iconic one, redeemed in a sacrificial act to seal the multiversal rift after clashes with heroic Spider-Man and Venom. Retaining spider sense distorted by symbiote rage, Spider-Carnage embodies corrupted heroism twisted by alien bloodlust. Spider-Man, Earth 11580, represents Marvel Comics' pinnacle of body horror in the Spider-Verse, debuting in Edge of Spider-Geddon number 2, 2018, when Peter Parker plummets into a massive colony of irradiated spiders at Horizon Labs, only for the horde to devour his flesh and assimilate his consciousness into a singular deceptive hive mind, believing itself to be the true Spider-Man. Forming a humanoid silhouette clad in a tattered spider suit, this teeming mass wields collective superhuman strength, matching or exceeding Peter's, vast agility through swarming dispersal, wall crawling en masse, and web-slinging from silken secretions, while concealing a gruesome appetite for human flesh. Feasting on Inheritor Karn's corpse amid Spider-Geddon, joining reluctant Spider Army allies against multiversal threats, Spider-Man betrays them by scheming with a Norman Osborn variant to trap foes on Earth 616, only to scatter across realities post-defeat, its spiders infiltrating worlds in ongoing menace. This variant's existential dread, erasing humanity into insectile deception. Chasm is Ben Reilly, Peter Parker's clone, after he loses most of his memories and gets twisted by experimental, psycho-reactive goo, turning him into a bitter, reality-warping, villainous version of Spider-Man. After a huge clash with Peter and a cover-up inside Beyond HQ, Ben falls into experimental quantum shifting / psycho-reactive polymers, a strange green goo that alters his body and mind. The memory damage plus the goo's effects leave him unable to recognize his own face or past. He blames Peter for stealing his life and rebrands himself as Chasm, with a new purple and green suit. Chasm keeps the usual Spider-Man clone package: superhuman strength, agility, wall crawling, and spider sense, but amplified by his mutated state. His spider sense evolves into an offensive, psionic auto-counter. Instead of just warning him, it lashes out with green energy that can block or hit threats instantly, and his webbing becomes constructs made from that same energy goo. Chasm is basically the shadow of Spider-Man. All of Ben's resentment about being a copy, all the trauma from endless cloning experiments and deaths, turned into a full villain persona. Darkhold Spider-Man is a horror variant of Peter Parker from the 2021 one-shot, Darkhold Spider-Man, tied to the Darkhold event where heroes are corrupted by Chthon's magic. It shows what happens when Peter reads the Darkhold and completely loses his mind. The Darkhold is an ancient evil spellbook linked to the elder god Chthon, and reading it twists heroes into darker versions of themselves. Spider-Man was supposed to gain the power to enter Chthon's realm and help stop him, but instead the Darkhold shatters Peter's sanity and reality. The one-shot is basically a tour through his broken nightmare mind. Peter believes he is the only thing keeping New York together, so he spends every day webbing up crumbling structures, and even people just to keep them intact for a few more hours. This version of Spider-Man is basically Peter's sense of responsibility taken to a sadistic, insane extreme. He is willing to torture and deform others forever if it means saving the city. Darkhold Spider-Man is not a separate universe guy with a clean status sheet like Spider-Punk. He is more like a nightmare vision of what Peter becomes when guilt, duty, and Darkhold corruption completely override his humanity. Pestilence is a corrupted version of Spider-Man, Peter Parker, from the alternate reality, Earth 5701, also known as an Age of Apocalypse variant. In this world, Apocalypse transforms Peter into one of his four horsemen, stripping away his heroism and turning him into a monstrous enforcer of disease and decay. Apocalypse conquers Earth 5701 and selects elite mutants as his horsemen. Spider-Man as Pestilence, Cable as War, Blob as Famine, and Archangel as Death. Peter falls from grace through corruption by Apocalypse's celestial enhancements, losing his moral compass entirely. No trace of the original honorable Peter Parker remains in this brutal incarnation. Peter gains 4 arms and 4 legs with web shooters built into each arm for enhanced combat. As Pestilence, he embodies plague and pestilence, spreading disease while retaining amplified Spider-Man abilities like super strength, agility, and wall crawling. His form is grotesque and arachnid enhanced, making him a far cry from the friendly neighborhood hero. Pestilence and the Horsemen battle intruders like Deadpool, Cannonball, and Siren who enter their reality. He threatens to suck the marrow from Deadpool's bones, showcasing his savage personality. Thanks for watching! Comment down the next superhero or supervillain I should make video about.